Here's more wrestling news for August 2nd, 2021. And your headlines for today include 5 biggest mistakes WWE made with Bray Wyatt, how WWE destroyed Wyatt while in WWE. Batista says he's completely broke after huge tax problems. Former WWE wrestler says Vince McMahon has become bad for wrestling, and more. We are kicking off with Bray Wyatt as the wrestling world continues to reel from WWE's decision to release the massively popular former Universal Champion. Signing with WWE in 2009, Wyatt's career had seen plenty of ups and downs, but his time as the leader of the Firefly Funhouse was by far his best work. Even over the past 2 years, WWE's booking often let the Fiend down, and here's the 5 biggest mistakes WWE made with Bray Wyatt. Number 5. His WrestleMania losing streak. Called up in 2013, Bray Wyatt alongside the Wyatt family started well enough, earning big wins over the likes of Kane and Daniel Bryan, with the latter having an excellent match with Bray at the 2014 Royal Rumble. A month later, the Wyatts had another classic, this time against The Shield, so expectations were high when Wyatt was put into a WrestleMania program with WWE's biggest star, John Cena. What was meant to be Wyatt's arrival, though, saw Cena defeat him in a match that Wyatt would have to wait 6 years to get his revenge, beating Cena in the Firefly Funhouse match. At WrestleMania 31, Bray lost to The Undertaker and was embarrassed by The Rock and Cena the following year in front of over 100,000 fans. Losing to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 33, Wyatt wouldn't even get matches at WrestleMania 34 or 35, as WWE proved they didn't know how to book Bray on the biggest stage of them all. Number 4. His WWE Championship reign. Wyatt's 2017 WWE Championship win was something fans had wanted for a long time, but as soon as he won inside the Elimination Chamber, the signs were clear his reign would be short. After all, Randy Orton had won the Royal Rumble the month prior and had infiltrated the Wyatt family before turning on the Eater of Worlds in a story that had a ton of potential. Burning down the Wyatt compound, Orton was seemingly on the edge of a heel turn, which in turn would make Bray the face, a smart call given how over he was with the fans. Instead, Wyatt's reign ended at 49 days, losing the gold to Orton at WrestleMania 33, and even more strangely, the story continued as if the title change hadn't happened. Facing off in the underwhelming House of Horrors match, WWE had showed fans once again that they weren't all in on Wyatt's character, and what followed was the Eater of Worlds becoming so stale that Bray's entire career needed to be reinvented. Number 3. Hell in a Cell 2019. After nearly a year away, Bray Wyatt returned to TV as the leader of the Firefly Funhouse, creating a universe of well-thought-out characters. With his reinvention came The Fiend, and after a perfect in-ring debut against Finn Balor at SummerSlam 2019, fans were once again on board with the revitalized Bray. Cracks started to show, though, when Wyatt set his sights on the Universal title, as fans wondered why an evil, demonic being would want to be a world champion. Meeting Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell, the match lives on in infamy for having a no-contest finish, as Rollins battered Bray to a lifeless pulp in a match where the only way to win should be by pinfall or submission. This booking was so bad that #cancel WWE Network was trending after the show, and given that Bray won the title mere weeks later anyway, the finish behind this match remains a dark spot on both Bray and Seth's careers. Number 2. Feuding with Goldberg. After finally winning the Universal title from Rollins, Wyatt's reign was a decent one as he primarily feuded with Daniel Bryan. Beating Bryan twice, all signs pointed to Wyatt entering WrestleMania 36 as champion, and then Goldberg happened. Challenging Wyatt at the Super Showdown in Riyadh, fans collectively hoped WWE would see sense, but that wasn't the case. Instead, the apparently indestructible Fiend lost, and lost badly, to Goldberg, who delivered a poor excuse for a spear to win the title. After years of questionable booking, fans finally believed that Bray, or rather The Fiend, was immune from bad booking, but even the wildly popular superstar wasn't safe from WWE's obsession with the 54-year-old Goldberg. It's arguable that Wyatt never really recovered from this loss and that his career was forever tainted. And if WWE's plan was always for Goldberg to enter WrestleMania 36 as Universal Champion, then it would probably have been better for Bray had he never won the gold at all. Number 1. Losing his powers to Alexa Bliss. 2020 was a difficult year for everyone, and Bray Wyatt was no exception. After his Universal title loss, Wyatt at last got a win at WrestleMania, defeating John Cena in the Firefly Funhouse, but his momentum fizzled out shortly after. Winning the title again just to lose it a week later, Wyatt started an interesting alliance with Alexa Bliss and feuded once more with Randy Orton. That feud didn't go much better than their 2017 encounter, as Wyatt was burned alive at TLC 2020, and the story's focus shifted to Bliss, who now had more supernatural powers. This naturally culminated in a Wyatt-Orton match at WrestleMania where, in a decision that defies all logic, Wyatt lost again, this time thanks to a distraction by Bliss herself. The next night, Bliss revealed she didn't need Wyatt anymore, having absorbed all his powers in the final big mistake WWE would make with Bray. To her credit, Bliss has played her part well in her current storyline, but it doesn't feel authentic, as fans know that Wyatt was the one who made it work. Now that he's no longer around, WWE would be better off ditching this spooky gimmick entirely, but with their track record of bad booking, we doubt that'll happen. We've got some non-Wyatt news as CM Punk is expected to join AEW very soon in arguably the company's biggest ever signing. After leaving WWE in 2011 as champion, Punk returned weeks later with Living Colour's Cult of Personality as his new theme, and that song may follow him to AEW. According to PW Insider, WWE doesn't have any exclusive rights to that song, meaning it can appear in other promotions such as AEW. It's previously been reported that Living Colour started following AEW on Twitter after reports came out saying that Punk had signed with the All Elite promotion. Tony Khan is no stranger to buying songs for wrestlers in the past, with Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, and Jungle Boy all having special entrances thanks to Khan, and we imagine that he'll be more than happy to spend big bucks for Cult of Personality. Now it's safe to say Batista is one of the most successful actors to come from wrestling, having roles in huge franchises like Marvel, James Bond, and Blade Runner. These days, Batista has an estimated net worth of $16 million thanks to his huge movie roles, but it wasn't always easy for the animal. Speaking to IGN, the former WWE champion said how he was in a very dark place before he was cast as Drax the Destroyer in Marvel's Cinematic Universe, saying, "When I got the role of Drax in Guardians, I barely worked in 3 years. I was broke. When I say broke, my house was foreclosed. I had nothing, man. I sold all my stuff. I sold everything that I made from when I was wrestling. I had issues with the IRS. I was just lost in everything." Thankfully, Batista was able to turn things around and now has some serious money in the bank, which may have never happened if Marvel hadn't taken a chance on the former wrestler. And we're ending with Mike Bennett, who was released from WWE in April 2020 and has had plenty to say about the company since then. Over the past year, both Mike and his wife Maria have been openly critical against WWE, and this week, Mike took aim at Vince McMahon in a major way. In a series of tweets, Bennett said that any fans who denied that McMahon is, quote, a greedy, evil man are living in denial, and said that the WWE chairman has become bad for wrestling. Speaking about his own release, which came out April 15, 2020, Bennett hit out at WWE for firing mass amounts of people during the worst health crisis in a century, all to save a few $1 million at a time when WWE was already set to make record profits. He added, "Many people with families and children lost their jobs that day so Vince could become slightly more rich. To deny this fact is to live in delusion. He's destroyed more lives than he's helped." Bennett finished by encouraging fans to watch indie wrestling and ROH, where he and his wife now work, and with comments like these, don't expect either Bennett to be rehired by WWE ever again. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.